Hello and welcome to your in-depth weekly horoscope for week commencing the 28th of February. This is for the Sun or the Ascendant. As ever, I'm going to give you a broad overview of what to expect, but then please stay with me. I will dive deep to give you in forensic detail each of the 12 zodiac signs and the key factors impacting on each one. Now this week begins with the Sun, Jupiter and Neptune all in the sign of Pisces. And of course Jupiter is the traditional ruler, Neptune the co-ruler. Very much Pisces season. And on Wednesday we have a new moon. New moons are an opportunity to set our intentions. And having Jupiter in conjunction with the Sun is very reinforcing, very uplifting. So whatever it is that's important to you in terms of using this very mystical and very healing and very spiritual energies of this sign, this is a great time to think future forwards of how you'd like the next month of March to evolve for you. Now also this week we do have Uranus forging an electric but also supportive angle to the Sun and Jupiter. So being open-minded but using the benefit of our instincts and our intuition is going to be important, even around our resources, which is where Uranus and the North Node are impacting. Now on Wednesday, Mercury forges an exact conjunction with Saturn. Mercury is exalted in the sign of Aquarius, Saturn is the co-ruler. And this combination can see us think a little bit down about some issues, to be a bit more pessimistic. But I think in the sign of Aquarius, what it's asking us to do, Aquarius energy is very much about the higher principles. It's about our highest hopes, our aspirations. So here I think these two are just saying, let's be realistic in the way that we set those intentions through the sign of Pisces, and we need to do so in a way which can practically work. And I think the logic and the detachment of Aquarius with Mercury and Saturn is brilliant for really picking over the details and being more analytical. But Thursday also sees an incredibly important conjunction, and it's between Venus, Mars and Pluto. Now these two, Venus and Mars, have been in the sign of Capricorn for some while, as you know, but coming into this exact conjunction with Pluto, you bring a power dynamic into the desire of Mars and the attractiveness of Venus. So it can be an opportunity to use our energies wisely to gain some kind of goal. But if we use the charm of Venus, the veneer of sincerity, but the ruthless combination of Mars and Pluto to get something we want at the cost to someone else, then that's not a very desirable route to go. If we really want to access that Piscean energy of doing what's really for the best, in a more spiritual dimension. But by the end of this week, Sunday to be precise, Venus and Mars switch signs into the sign of Aquarius, and they're going to be within 3 degrees right through to the 20th of March. So for the first 3 weeks of March, the more sociable, interactive energy of Venus and Mars in Aquarius is going to give us a platform to mix and mingle a lot more, I feel, as COVID regulations get pushed back, so people are going to want to go out and enjoy themselves. Now I'm going to do a special video on Saturn square with Uranus, and that will give you some idea of what we can expect later in the year in terms of balancing freedom with responsibility. But I think at this point, after the 2 years we've had, I think we'll all take a little bit more of ability to move around, spend time with the people we care for, do things that are more sociable. And also Venus and Mars together in Aquarius can be a great opportunity to go and see a band or a show or follow our favourite sports team. So I think by the end of this week, a sense of things opening up a bit is really going to be very pleasing. So the combination on Thursday of Venus, Mars and Pluto just suggests that we need to use our affections, our desire for money or intimacy in the right kind of way. But If you are new to my channel and this is your first time of joining with me, I would be honoured if you would subscribe. I'm very close to getting to 100,000 subscribers now. Due to a lot of health problems over the years, it's been a little bit of a delay, so your support would be gratefully received. Please click or tap on the bell notification symbol. Also, if you'd like to sign up for your free written daily horoscope, please see the link beneath this video. I've been writing these for many moons, and it'd be great to have you with me. And if you don't really know beyond what your zodiac sign is, or even your ascendant, and you'd like to learn more, you can order my special package and get your character analysis with all your natal positions based on your birth data and a 12-month forecast, and get 30% off by seeing the link beneath this video. But please stay with me for your in-depth forecast for each zodiac sign. Hello Aquarius, and welcome to your weekly horoscope for week commencing the 28th of February. Your modern ruler is Uranus, and that's influential this week, but so is your traditional ruler of Saturn. So let's take Uranus first of all. It's in a sextile with the Sun in your second solar house. Second solar house is very much about the foundations. It's about our self-worth, can be about everyday money. Uranus is in the part of your horoscope to do with where you live, how you live there. You'll need that natural Aquarius need for a bit of space and freedom, but also potentially can point towards your attitudes towards more family and emotional situations. But the new moon that forms on Wednesday also embraces the planet Jupiter, which is very much about growth. It also happens to be the traditional ruler of the sign of Pisces. So Sun conjunct Jupiter is about as good as it gets in astrology. The moon's there as well. They're linking to your modern ruler. What's not to like? So I think there could be very good news around a property matter, or it could be around using the space you have now in a more adaptive and imaginative way, because Uranus can be very much about innovation. So for example, if you're a bit stuck for space at home, maybe some screening or some partition walls, or even developing an outdoor space could be the solution to a growing family situation. Alternatively, if you've outgrown the size of your home, you may think it's the perfect time to downsize. But of course, there's been lots of action going on for us Aquarius people in the 12th house. It's all felt very psychological. And part of the reason for that, I think, has been that Saturn, the planet that governs the 12th house for Aquarius folks, is also the co-ruler of the sign of Aquarius as well. And this week on Wednesday, it is in an exact conjunction with Mercury. I just feel that when it comes to any individual strands, this is a push to be very precise in how you're working with anything. It's to not think outside the box too much. It's to work with what you're working on in a very productive, efficient way. But you really do get an enormous boost at the end of this week. Me too, because my sun is 0 degrees 51 minutes in Aquarius, so right at the start, and in sweeps Venus and Mars on Sunday into the sign of Aquarius. And of course, they've been in the 12th house for some time, perhaps stirring up memories, nostalgia from the past, connections with people that were once very much a part of your everyday existence, and maybe just because of moving around or time or commitments, more difficult to stay in touch. There may have even been a difficult decision to make around a romantic situation. But Venus and Mars moving into the sign of Aquarius is a time to draw a line in the sand. It really can be a fresh new beginning. Now, we can't deny, of course, that Pluto does retain its status in the sign of Capricorn and in the 12th house. But it is moving into Aquarius in 23, part-time, and then moves back into Aquarius full-time for an extended period. And we really have the age of Aquarius begin in year 2024. So you're coming to the end, me too, of an enormous period that's been going on since 2008 of big changes at a very deep level within your situation. And some of that may have required, particularly with this very extended journey of Venus through the sign of Capricorn, some mourning, some letting go, some coming to terms with the past. But all this is preparing you to move into the present. And put Venus and Mars together in the first house, and you're talking about innate sex appeal. So you're going to go from a period of quiet reflection, perhaps even sadness, and some undoubted navel gazing, into a glorious new start. And your persona is absolutely going to glitter. And I think that that new moon in the second house can also bring some financial rewards over the next month, which can absolutely thrill you.